the last Thursday we will be here in this establishment. That's right, you're about to get captured.
Hey, y'all.
And since it's the last Thursday, we're basically kicking it into gear. There's 7 days left until we have to leave. So I'm trying to stay focused and semi-organized. So today is mostly going to be cleaning the rooms that we've gotten everything out of. And this is kind of a side note, but I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I am going to try to utilize whole signs or placidus more. But I combined both of them, and clearing and downsizing your items with Saturn and Mars transiting the second was something that came up really strongly. And I have been feeling that way. I used to be able to fit everything I owned into my car. So I'm going to take some time, and I kind of do this anyway, where just routinely I'll just keep looking over all of the things I have. And like if I haven't used something or I haven't touched something, like, you know, when you go to a store and you pick out a bunch of stuff you're gonna buy, and then like by the end of like when you're about to go check out, you're like, I actually don't want that. I actually don't need this. And like you get it down to like what you actually went in there for. I'm essentially doing that with my stuff. So I'm trying to not have a lot of tangible items, and less is more for me. And I feel much lighter and freer and less stressed with less stuff. So I'm gonna be going through my items again to get them down, but mostly just focusing on cleaning and getting a lay of the land today. And then there's just a couple more days and we're out of here. Oh, it's done. I cannot believe this. Man, my eye looks so crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because that's where we're at right now. So I'll see you then. Hello, little Finch.
Black people was a whole lot better off. It's more finished.
Oh, he left.
And more.
Harley, skull, side piece,
That is pretty hard.
side piece. I should be able to flip this within days. It's my niche. I went with my niche. It's from Milwaukee and it's 2007. Come on, don't put me on.
I'm making some kale, boiling water for the gnocchi. And I'm gonna eat those frozen grapes later. And that's really it. We're keeping it simple. I keep forgetting to record when my husband and I just sit down and hang out and share in space, which is like the best part. But it's been busy, so I'm just giving myself grace in that. But this is all the items that we own. They're on the counter. Whoop. And they're in this room. It's Dustin's thrifted clothes. His clothes for storage. My clothes that I just own in general. And then Dustin's clothes that he's going to be bringing in the van. Can try to fit it in there. And then all the food we're trying to eat through. And then those are bags to store it in containers. So you saw me yesterday in this little thing I did for the hyperlapse that I fit all of the food items into that tote, but fortunately we have too much stuff. We've accumulated too many things while being in a home environment that don't fit in a van. Some of it's still drying here, but we have 3 days left until we have to be out of here. So I'm like locking in and really trying to fit everything that we're really going to take into these containers down here so they can, I know they'll fit in the van because one goes under the bed and one fits in the bench in the front, and then there's supposed to be another section in the bench for food that we're purchasing that we go through. And so I'm trying to get this all collaborated in my head, and I think what I'll do instead of just keeping updating you on like, oh, now I've done this, now I've done that, I'll wait till everything is just done and we're putting it in the van.
Thought the only woman I love to death. That's why I call him 3 leagues Steve on the beat. You just don't understand the depth. Too deep for you to catch. So don't try to intercept. Just put some pep in your step. Yeah, that's what they keep telling me. I've gotten better. Only think about you seldomly, but I'm still 2-stepping to the same melody. And I'm cool without the sunshine, but I'm losing my mind. Without my dad here sometime. I just want to see my sun shine. So if you feel me, say it one time. Yeah.
Who?
Oh. How dare you get my patch?
All right, we've got some shoes, our respective shoes. I've got drums, I got jackeries, I've got camping chairs, I've got mementos. This is not what that's gonna look like. I've got underneath the bed, I don't know if you can see. I've got 2 totes back there, another tote, my stuff. All this room is gonna be for Dustin's clothes. I've got the bench in here. I don't know if I can really lift this right now. I'm about to try and install a mount to put this hammock up. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna just try. But this is the bench. Let me zoom out. It's the bench. It's got all of our teas, seasonings. I'm just trying to see how everything fits. We still have, like I said, 2 days. The overhead up back there is definitely going to have to be for our toiletries and towel stuff. And then this is going to have to be for food, actually. So I'm starting to take some stuff out of here because we have less room because we have more stuff. But I'm just jamming out to some Flavor Trip. They play house music. I really enjoy them. And trying to get things done. So I'm doing good. It is the day before we are supposed to leave to drive to the Outer Banks. So Dustin went to go get the oil changed in the van. And when he returned, he was informed that there is a leak in our coolant. And all of the coolant is empty. And he told me that the guy filled up the coolant just as a courtesy before he left, and he got back and all the coolant was gone. So I am now going to be looking up car places and seeing about how much it may cost for someone to diagnose a coolant leak and just go from there. So this is feeling very, I don't know, pre-shadow Mercury retrograde, eclipse season-esque energy. I am going to be going underneath the van to see if I can see where my husband thinks it's coming from. And he doesn't think that it's a tube. He thinks it's a piece of the van. We shall see. Hold on. Where is this dripping? Okay. So it's dripping right there. There's a little belt, and there's the tube. It's dripping out here. Interesting. XRP is at $2.08. It's dripping from this housing.
I was informed that I have a coolant leak. The guy topped me off with coolant before I left the oil change place.
We're gonna not go to lunch with our friend anymore today because we're adulting, and that is the responsible decision to make. So we're not going to lunch with our friend today. Instead, we'll probably DoorDash just to see what we can call forth in supporting us financially, fixing my scarf, and go from there. I am stopping at our first destination, Jersey Mike's, with 24 items.
Literally the largest order I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
On DoorDash.
So,
resources being provided for. Truly grateful.
Dustin just saw how much we got paid to deliver this. He's not happy. Thanks, Shelia.
What?
She didn't tip, basically.
That's the largest order. Which I don't even want this to be like a thing for me.
It's temporary.
Yeah, it's the largest order at one of the furthest distances I've ever had to drive.
That's true.
Whoa.
I had to turn on the camera because his face.
Whoa, what? Is there more coming? Is there like tip after?
Stop.
12:37. It took us 14 minutes to get here. It took us 10 minutes to get to Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
That means she tipped like $5.
Well, I guess we can enjoy the ride. The views.
Oh my heaven.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Said that the 90% of the time from these early Hondas to the early 2000s, that when the S comes on and
It's the sensor.
I'm like, that's incredible. That's great.
Got to update that. We're also getting the Honda worked on today, the same day that the van's coolant leaked, because the sensor, we thought a sensor was bad in the Honda. It's a 91. So there's a guy who comes to your house to fix your vehicle, which is convenient. And Dustin bought the sensor online so the guy could come and replace it. And apparently the sensor's still blinking. So I'm just sitting here watching a Diary of a CEO podcast about early childhood development, and it's linked to ADHD and whatnot, and also looking up some information about different centers for some future potential explorations Dustin and I will be doing, which I'm not going to speak on just yet. But once I know, I will be sharing. Dustin is doing his thizzle with the best skizzle. Get your head in the game.
He's like, I didn't know it was this problem. He was like, I was scanning the forums and I saw someone say, take the pin out. And he's like, take the pin out. And he's like, oh, this. So in the 91s, the pins come out.
Oh.
So it was a full 160.
Okay.
But he said, he was like, the job's not done. So when I come put it back in, I'm not going to charge you.
Okay.
I was like, well, we won't be here. So he's like, you can come to my house and we just pull it to my house and I'll change it right there.
Okay. So we need to buy a pin?
We have to figure out if we can even find one.
We're supposed to be leaving from this place in 2 days.
He has the rest of the day off, and he said that he's gonna spend some of the day.
All right. We still haven't figured out the pin thing for the Honda, but we put some water into the van, and I don't see any leaking because he turned off the AC heat system. So we're doing good. I'm gonna grab some extra bottles of water. We're gonna stop along the way to check the water levels as we drive. So, oh, it's just luck. Why, Dustin? Let me see. All right, we checked at 2 places so far. So far, so good. So now we're just gonna drop it off and find out how much it's gonna cost. Dustin is very blessed that he has a mother who has been blessed with a great job at this time in her life. So if he needs something done, we can put it on her card and then we can pay her off. That really has been a huge blessing. There have been many times where I didn't know how we were going to afford to fix stuff that's been happening with the vehicles. He's been able to basically take a loan out with Mom Bank, and I guess maybe also that's different for me and how I grew up, and just maybe being a Capricorn rising, like I don't ask for help ever. It's not that it's bad too, but I already know that like my mom and our generational patterns, like it's already like kind of like a burden to try and ask your mother for assistance, because your mother is also needs assistance. So Dustin is very blessed in that way, and I'm grateful for that blessing. Oh my goodness, braking hard. Hopefully he was paying attention. Anyhow, we are almost there. He's saying I love you. He's going inside to see how much it costs to get his phone fixed, because it just fell and he cracked it. He has a piece of paper. He's got a piece of paper. That must mean... Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, but you have a piece of paper. I figured that must mean it wasn't bad.
I mean, 126.
Okay. For taxes?
Everything, after everything.
After everything? Let me see.
Just gonna have to dip into my savings.
Salman Momand. Yeah. $7 taxes.
He asked for my password. I was like...
You said you have to guess it?
Mm-hmm. I'll give you 3 tries. Here's the deal. Guess my password.
But he said it's easily fixable?
Yeah, he has it. He has the screen. He has the phone.
Cool.
He identified it.
All right. Yay.
I'm grateful for the resources being provided for, and I'm grateful for that you planted the seed of creating a savings so long ago, and it's now allowing us to take care of what we need to take care of. So I'm grateful for it.
I know. I didn't even know it was going to go towards these things, though. I thought it was going to be just gas money to get to Texas.
Same. But we're going to be getting opportunities to
make gas money.
Oh, and when you go up to your mom's, you hit that little honey pot. I was even thinking maybe we can even just like find a park to stay in around the short pump area for a little bit and just dip into that honey pot area.
Or maybe we could start trying to build
what, a home to live in?
No, I mean like build, I don't know, some way to bring in resources creatively.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna,
Okay, so he'll call me.
Yep, he's gonna call your phone. He said about 45 minutes.
Okay. Try and just do what you just did. Dustin was telling me that he went to speak with his friends last night about Plant of Plenty, and he found out that one of the guys had worked in the military at one point in time and was told by an older gentleman about old supplies in the back, and they had hemp rope, and he said they had to stop using it because people were trying to smoke the rope because they heard it was hemp and they thought they could get high from it. So then Dustin was reenacting what it would have been like, because he said, you know, some of them were drafted. They didn't enlist. They didn't want to be there. And he's like, they're like, I'll do anything. And someone's like, hey, I heard about this hemp over here. What? They're in rolls of 100.
Yeah, I was hoping I would have 120. Have to get another 20 out. It was 126.
You give him $6 in quarters?
Hey, man.
But then he did a little thing where he was pretending like he was someone who was smoking the rope. And it was so funny. And I was like, I just need to have a camera on you all the time. Otherwise, I miss all these funny moments. And I was like, is it something that you can like recreate? Is it like, it's just one of those, like, it has to be in the moment moments, or can you like do it again for the camera? And that's why I call him the singing frog.
Hello, my darling.
Oh, I'm getting a call. They have a map to see where they're biking. Pittsburgh Youth Leadership.
It's weird.
Let us see, let us see.
Brand new screen.
Hey!
Know what I mean?
Brand new. Perfect, perfect. Were you able to split?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Love you. See if I can get it. You deserve to love you. I don't know who that anime guy is on the top of it, but it's giving Sailor Moon vibes. Dustin, our door dashing while we wait for the people to call us about the van. Just thought we'd make some money while we're spending money. And Dustin's phone is fixed. That's right, let him know. That's right, I got the Scorpio. That second. It's hard to catch Scorpio on camera. I got it.
It's in the shade.
I'm telling on Dustin. I was moving stuff around. I was moving stuff around the back seat to make it nice and organized. So I lifted my butt and I was like, my butt is cold again. Why is my butt so cold? I noticed this when we went to the DAV. And I was like, my butt is cold. And it's just like, oh yeah, I spilled water on the seat last night.
But I sat in that seat earlier today and didn't notice anything.
Yeah, but I've been sitting in this seat for a minute. My butt has soaked up. I have a bigger butt than you, and my butt can touch that part of the area where the water is, and my butt is wet.
Y'all hear this?
My butt is wet, and I had to tell on him on a video documented evidence.
Arguing with the autistic channel.
No.
Episode 1.
Arguing with Otis. My butt is wet. Sensory
Autistic arguments.
over sensory stimulation overload. Anyway, we're delivering our DoorDash now while we wait for the people to call us about the van. Look at this tree. Oh. Yes. Did we pass by the raven tree?
It's
on the way here?
unretrievable. Hey.
Can you feel this Mercury pre-shadow retrograde energy or what? There's our van hovering right now, and the guy called us while we were sitting right here and said that the water pump needs to be replaced. Said it's $607 and it was done today. So Dustin is breathing.
Oh man.
He's breathing it out. So 607 wouldn't be done today, which I didn't think they would get it done today. Most car places don't. They usually like to have a couple days to work with your vehicle. The 607, I'm assuming, is for the parts and labor and taxes, which we're going to any auto place, it's going to be a lot of money. Versus if you could do it yourself, which that vehicle is just so big, it's really difficult to do that. So Dustin and I are going to start an OnlyFans, and if you would like to support or donate in any way, feel free. We're going to be doing tantric practices and teaching people how to connect more deeply, more intimately with their partners in a way that's more conscious, more intentional, slow breathing, doing like goldenrod play, yoni palace play, etc. and so on play. So stay tuned for that. Taking a back way to deliver the DoorDash because of all the traffic that's still backed up. It's actually really pretty. flower swing in the tree. At this stop sign, take a left. Those trees. Alrighty then. Stop sign. Harris. I've seen that
cool.
name twice today.
That purple, I think that's a chicken coop.
Oh, that is cool.
See the goats walking by?
Oh, that's great. That's the second time I've seen Harris today. Okay, so we were supposed to get $1,000 from Dustin's mom for helping to stay and watch the house and prepare it for showings and whatnot when it sold. And so the money she was going to give us, the $1,000, is now going to go towards the van. So I'm grateful that we have money to go towards the van. I'm just starting to wonder how much like money can you start putting into a vehicle before like you're basically paying for a new vehicle. Does that make sense? Like after so many repairs of a vehicle that is old, so obviously it's going to need repairs, do you get to the point where like we're spending more money on the age of this vehicle that can't even really hold us when we could be spending the money to buy something bigger that fits us? And a side note, his friend apparently called him yesterday, and he has a smallish trailer, and I guess where he's living now with his partner, he's not really using it. And he was like, well, you know, I'd love it if someone could take it and use it for a while, and offering it to us. And I just found the tow hitch, but I just don't know if we have anything strong enough to tow a trailer. So it's just a bunch of little interesting Mercury pre-shadow retrograde, Venus retrograde, eclipse season energy things going on right now. So I'm just trying to sit with it all and juggle it and see what Spirit's trying to say. But look at these trees. It's almost spring. This will look so full and vibrant in about maybe a month. So yeah, I'm just sitting and trying to figure out, like, does that mean we should just sell that van and put all our stuff into that trailer and then figure out a way to buy a car that could tow the trailer and also keep this Honda? Like, no. And then at one point I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of all of my things. There's still some part of me that feels like if I just like donated a lot of the things that I own, there'd be more space for stuff to come in. And it's almost like a test, like how much are you willing to let go so that you can receive more? So I'm contemplating like letting go of my tarot decks, my oracle decks, just things that I'm holding on to. I mean, the only things I would really keep are my books. I would probably let go of everything else, and then some of my crocheting stuff I'd just try to make work because I still want to make shirts to wear, so I should probably get on that eventually. See, I'm just sitting with all this. A lot going on. You shall obviously know at some point. This will be posted much later than when it's actually happening, so future me already knows what's happened, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that outcome is going to be. Ignore the helicopter and focus on the daffodil. I'm on the ground literally trying to get this to focus. Hi, daffodil. You're so pretty. Can't see you. Whoa. So pretty. So pretty. Don't run me over. Wow. So much happened at once trying to capture this daffodil. And then all these little purple flowers. Hello. Hello, little flower. Whoa. It looks like a... Oh, okay. Too much too soon. It's like an alien. Wow. Oh, God. This is it. I wasn't nearly as here as long as Dustin. And this technically won't be his last time standing in here, but it'll be my last time standing in here.
Yeah.
So just saying goodbye,
You've grown so much.
saying thank you. Thank you, room that I stayed in. Thank you, closet that I would go in to be by myself and be in some peace and quiet. Wow. Thank you, bathroom. I had many a shower, many a release,
Cry many times, man.
many a cry. I also stayed in this room as well. Thank you, this room. A lot of hard work happened in this room. A lot of thrifting happened in this room. A lot of music making happened in this room. A lot of putting kids to bed. A lot of play happened in here. Thank you, house, for holding. Thank you for holding me.
There's some beautiful moments in this house.
I agree.
We had our first overnight stay together in this house.
We did. That's a good point.
First time I saw.
Before sunrise. And I used to stay up here. This is where I first stayed when I lived here. I didn't sleep in the same room as Dustin. And I would sleep right here. And I would meditate and I would pray and just reflect. And I've always been the person that, like, I have moved so many times in my life that I've never, like, had the time to walk around a house and thank it for all of the experiences I had in it. It was like, nope, you have 2 days to move. It's time to go. So to be able to do this is actually really cool. To really feel like it closed out a chapter. Dustin and his mom will be back tomorrow to pack up the garage. And this is it. I'm not entirely sure what's going to be happening on our path, but I'm closing the door on this chapter and entering into a new one. You can talk. Nothing crazy is happening. So yeah, this has been a great learning experience for me. A great level up.
Now where
This chapter is
we
closing.
go next?
Where will we go next? Stay tuned to find out.
Zoom in on the. I bet you're gonna.
I can't zoom in on face front.
Where will we go
Where
next?
will we go next? The earth is a firmament.
Close scene.
I don't know if I'll be able to capture any, but we saw some bats.
On the way. As we spread our wings.
So does the bat. I just saw a fly by.
Move, says the bat. It's not
Yeah.
just fly, says the bat.
And there's the moon. 2 days before the eclipse. Or tomorrow the eclipse.
Right on time.
2 days.
Right on time.
2 days before the eclipse. And yeah, the last time they moved out was an eclipse. When they moved out in December.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was an eclipse.
No way. Jaws way. Jaws way.
Jaws way.
just run. No, just.